winos, this is Vince.Wine. Okay, today I have some recommended wines from you winos. I've got Castello, I don't know if it's Castello or Castillo, Castello Del Poggio. I've got their, what is this? I've got their Moscato, and I've got sweet Rosé. We're gonna pop the cork on these bad boys on today's Wine Lab. Okay, so if you're a longtime wino, then you've seen my Stella Rosa Spotlight videos, and I'll leave a link to those videos. And this producer very much reminds me of Stella Rosa. You can see that it is actually a product of Italy, and it's also the semi-sweet, semi-sparkling, or Frizzante style wines. Now, unlike Stella Rosa, Castello Del Poggio also has dry style wines as well. They do 100% dry wines, and then 100% sparkling, and then these sort of somewhere in between semi-sweet wines. And they're from the same region as well, that Asti area, even making wines with the Moscato di Asti DOCG, that designated area in the Piemonte or Piedmont region of Italy. So I'm just super excited to check out the quality level of the Moscato and the sweet Rosé. Let's go ahead and start with the Moscato. Just getting a closer look at that bottle, really cool capsule with their emblem on there, and then a really cool etching on the glass there. Established 1699, that is insane. Now, I did look up that story, and it talks about being established as sort of like a castle that the Knights Templar apparently were protecting. I don't know if that necessarily means they started making wine at that point, but still kind of cool. Product of Italy, and you can see that it is grown and bottled in Italy. That's actually really cool. So I wanted to start with the Moscato today because I feel like that's sort of home base for them, and this is really going to give me sort of an idea of what the quality level really is like. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start with this wine. Really nice and clear in the glass. You can see how bright that is, and it does look slightly syrupy, so it does have some very familiar tones to it there, and you can see all those bubbles in the glass. This is super chilled, that's why it's already fogging up my glass. And look at that Frizzante. You can see the bubbles already forming at the top there, so this is certainly done in a classic Moscato style. Now, Asti region Moscato is not necessarily semi-sparkling. Moscato di Asti is both semi-sparkling and semi-sweet. So this looks like it's done in the Moscato di Asti style. Okay, on the nose. Oh, that is classic, just classic. Yeah, a lot of white florals in there, some peaches, some honey, a little lychee, and that's about it. Let's get it on the palate. Oh man, okay, this is so refreshing. Wow, it has definitely a really good weightiness to it, and it's much less sweet than I anticipated, which makes it slightly a bit more of a serious wine. Now, this is 7% alcohol, so it is gonna be a little more weighty. Alcohol adds that body to the wine. Yeah, this is excellent. It is medium bodied on the palate, great frothiness, just hits you sort of nice and lively there on your tongue. And that finish is fairly long and full of really nice fruitiness as well. So this is just an incredibly refreshing wine to drink alone, or maybe with some like spicier foods. Okay, on to the sweet Rosé. So once again, we start with that crest there on the capsule. Both of them were twist caps there. You can see the brand name Poggio on there. And then this one has a little bit of a different emblem than the other crest one, and it says Castello del Poggio etched onto the glass. So there is the crest, and then looks like an image of the chateau, which is really cool. I'm guessing that is the estate that they have there. And this one says established 1706, so which is it? Okay, and on the back of this bottle, I am noticing it does say Frizzante wine. So we know what to expect here. It's gonna be sweet and a little bit bubbly. Let's pop it open. Okay, in the glass here, it's giving me a really pretty sort of orangey color there, almost copper, like a copper orange color there, little amber tones, really pretty in the glass. A little bit more concentration than I was expecting. It's kind of nice and deep. I really like that. Let's get it on the nose. Oh, you can see just the slightest bit of Frizzante on there. Doesn't seem to be as much as the Moscato, but let's go ahead and get this on the nose. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? This actually sort of reminds me of a full-on dessert wine, somewhere between like ice wine and Vinsanto Vinsanto.wine. It has these sort of marzipan, a little bit of honey, and yeah, a little peach in there as well. Apricot, definitely some apricot in there too. I have the feeling this is gonna be a little deeper and richer on the palate. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Okay, this is weird. This is giving me an additional flavor note of tangerine as far as flavor. Otherwise, yeah, it has that sort of apricot and a little bit of honey that I got on the nose. The weird part here is it's not too frizzante. Yeah, this drink's a little bit more like a still wine with the frothiness only giving it just a little kiss of a lift of like vibrancy on the palate. Otherwise, it's much more like a still wine. And unfortunately for me, the flavor does sort of drop off pretty immediately. I kind of have to sort of blow air onto my palate just to get a little bit more of that flavor. So I'm not enjoying this one as much, but I appreciate that it's a little bit more of a serious style. It's not overly sweet, but it could use a little bit more, especially for calling out that it's Frizzante, could use a little bit more sparkle. Well, there you have it, winos. I was actually really impressed with this Moscato and unfortunately a little under-impressed with the sweet Rosé, but I would love to, oh, I'm just finding out, I'm just realizing this is actually from Veneto, Italy as well. Kind of cool. Yeah, I just really wanted to visit these wines. They've been recommended by you winos and I had to try them out. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more from this producer. I think I would like to try their still red wines. That's pretty interesting to me. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please leave me a like. That helps so much. Don't forget to share this video with your wine friends. And until next time, winos, drink safe and drink well. Cheers. So, my hands are slipping. Did I get over it?